The Shield is back, but not how you remember it. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins just reformed wrestling's most dominant faction with a shocking new member, and WrestleMania 42 will never be the same. What is going on, Suplex Rumble family? Welcome back to the premier destination for professional wrestling news, analysis, and the hottest takes in the entire industry. If this is your first time here, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button right now because we are in the middle of the most insane WrestleMania season in recent memory, and you're going to want to be here for every single breakdown. Today, we're diving into a story that absolutely no one saw coming. The faction that changed WWE forever, the group that redefined what it meant to dominate sports entertainment, the brotherhood that conquered everything in their path is being reborn. But this isn't a simple reunion. This is an evolution. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and a mysterious masked man have joined forces to create a new Shield, and the implications for WrestleMania 42 and beyond are absolutely staggering. So buckle up, because we're about to break down every detail of this earth-shattering development. Let's go! Before we get into the current situation, we need to talk about why the Shield matters so much to WWE history and why this reformation is sending shockwaves through the entire wrestling world. When the Shield first burst onto the WWE scene through the crowd in tactical gear, they didn't just make an entrance, they made a statement. Three hungry, talented, incredibly skilled performers united with one goal: complete and total destruction of the established order. What made the Shield special wasn't just their dominance in the ring, though they were absolutely unstoppable. It wasn't just their iconic entrance through the audience or their military-inspired gear. It was the chemistry, the brotherhood, the genuine sense that these three warriors would go to war for each other, no matter the cost. They held championships. They main event the biggest shows. They defeated legends and created new legends in the process. The Shield wasn't just a faction, they were a movement that changed WWE forever. When the Shield eventually fractured, it was one of the most emotional moments in modern wrestling history. Betrayals happened. Friendships ended, and three separate superstars went on to have Hall of Fame caliber individual careers. Roman Reigns became the tribal chief, the undisputed face of WWE, a champion who has held gold and dominated competition for years. Seth Rollins evolved into an architect of excellence, a revolutionary performer who constantly reinvents himself and delivers main event quality matches every single time he steps between the ropes. Their individual successes proved the Shield wasn't a fluke. It was a collection of generational talents who were destined for greatness. Over the years, we've seen the Shield reunite for special occasions. Nostalgia-fueled returns that gave fans exactly what they wanted: those classic poses, that signature music, those devastating triple powerbombs that left opponents in ruins. But those reunions were always temporary. Fun moments, sure, but not built to last. This time is different. This isn't nostalgia. This is necessity. This is evolution. This is the Shield 2.0, and it's being built for the future, not the past. So how did we get here? How did Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins go from individual superstars to reforming the most dominant faction in WWE history with a completely new member? Let me walk you through this incredible story. It started with a threat. For weeks, a mysterious masked figure had been wreaking havoc across WWE programming, attacking superstars backstage, interfering in matches, creating absolute chaos wherever he appeared. Both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins found themselves targeted by this masked man. Separate attacks, separate shows, but the same calculated violence. And that's when something clicked for both of them. According to backstage reports, Reigns and Rollins had a private conversation that lasted hours. They discussed the threat they were both facing. They talked about their shared history. And they came to a realization: individually, they were vulnerable. Together, they were unstoppable. But here's where it gets fascinating. Instead of simply teaming up to eliminate the masked man, they saw something different. They saw potential. In a segment that had the entire WWE universe on the edge of their seats, Reigns and Rollins confronted the masked man in the middle of the ring. But they didn't come to fight. They came to recruit. Seth Rollins spoke first, acknowledging the masked man's skill, his aggression, his hunger for recognition. Roman Reigns followed, explaining that the Shield was always about finding the best, the most dangerous warriors and uniting them with a common purpose. And then came the offer: join us. Become part of something bigger than yourself. Become part of the legacy. Become the Shield. The arena fell silent. The masked man stood motionless for what felt like an eternity. And then, slowly, deliberately, he extended his fist. Reigns and Rollins brought their fists forward, and in that moment, the Shield was reborn. Three fists together. Three warriors united. A new era beginning right before our eyes. Now here's where opinions in the wrestling community are divided, and I love it. The masked man has not revealed his identity yet. He's keeping the mask on as part of the Shield's new aesthetic. This creates incredible intrigue and allows the group to maintain an air of mystery while still being completely dominant. Some fans are speculating about who is under that mask. Is it a returning superstar? An NXT call-up getting the push of a lifetime? Someone from another promotion making a shocking debut? The speculation alone is generating massive buzz. This isn't your older sibling's Shield. The new faction has updated their look while keeping elements that made them iconic. The tactical gear is sleeker, more modern. The entrance still comes through the crowd, but with new intensity. And that third member's mask adds an element of intimidation that makes them look even more dangerous. The presentation is perfect. It honors the legacy while creating something fresh and exciting for a new generation of wrestling fans. Now let's talk about what this means for WrestleMania 42, because folks, the landscape of the Showcase of Immortals has been completely transformed. The new Shield hasn't wasted any time making their intentions clear. They're coming for everyone. Championship holders, established factions, legends who think they're untouchable. Nobody is safe when the Shield sets their sights on you. In recent weeks, we've seen them systematically dismantle opponents with ruthless efficiency. Triple powerbombs are back, baby. But they're not just using classic Shield tactics, they're incorporating the masked man's unique skill set, creating new combinations and devastating maneuvers that leave audiences absolutely stunned. The booking possibilities for WrestleMania 42 are endless, and I want to break down some of the most exciting scenarios. Imagine the new Shield going against an established trio of main event superstars. You could have legends teaming together for one night only to try to stop this dominant force. The storytelling potential is incredible. What if the new Shield decides that one championship isn't enough? What if they want to hold multiple titles across different divisions? Roman could defend his championship while Seth and the Masked Man pursue tag team gold. The Shield controlling all the gold heading into WrestleMania creates instant drama. Here's a wild idea that's gaining traction online. The new Shield issues an open challenge at WrestleMania where they face multiple teams throughout the night in a gauntlet match. Imagine the drama as team after team tries to stop them, only to fall victim to the Shield's dominance. Now, wrestling fans know that factions always have drama eventually. What if WrestleMania 42 is where cracks start to form? What if the Masked Man has his own agenda? The slow burn storytelling could lead to an explosive confrontation on the grandest stage of them all. The formation of the new Shield doesn't just affect their storylines, it ripples across the entire WrestleMania card. Other superstars have to adjust their strategies. Alliances that were once solid might need reinforcements. Singles competitors might need to find partners just to survive. This is the kind of angle that elevates an entire WrestleMania. It makes the show feel unpredictable, dangerous, and absolutely must-see. WWE isn't just thinking about WrestleMania 42. They're building something that can carry programming for the next year or longer. The new Shield has the potential to be the defining storyline of this era, creating moments and matches that fans will talk about for decades. The wrestling community has exploded with reactions, theories, and predictions about the new Shield, and I've been absolutely loving the discourse. Let me share some of the best takes I've seen. The number one question on everyone's mind: who is the Masked Man? The theories range from completely reasonable to absolutely insane, and I'm here for all of it. Some fans are convinced it's a former world champion looking to reinvent themselves. Others think it's an international superstar making their WWE debut. There are even theories suggesting it could be a returning legend wearing the mask to prove they can still compete at the highest level. What I love about WWE keeping the identity secret is that everyone has a different guess, and that keeps people engaged in talking week after week. Overwhelmingly, the response has been enthusiastic. Fans are excited to see Reigns and Rollins working together again. People are intrigued by the mystery element. And most importantly, audiences are genuinely invested in where this story goes next. Social media engagement has been through the roof. Fan art depicting the new Shield is absolutely phenomenal. Creative fans are making their own entrance videos, designing custom merchandise concepts, and sharing their dream booking scenarios. Of course, not everyone is completely sold, and that's okay. Some fans worry about whether adding a new member dishonors the original Shield's legacy. Others question if the masked gimmick will get old quickly. And some people simply prefer seeing these superstars in individual pursuits. These are all valid perspectives, and they make our community discussions richer and more interesting. I'm seeing incredible detective work from fans who are analyzing every detail. Body type comparisons, moveset analysis, even voice pattern studies from the few times